I'm sorry, buddy, what were you saying? Greetings, gentlemen and ladies, I'm the Old School GameStop, and in today's video, we are taking a look at what happens when you forget to put your energy shield up. That's what we're taking a look at. This is the Demon Enchantress. That is the Sorceress Enchantress with a Demon Crossbow, and I gotta say, this was a new build for me, and I am extremely pleasantly surprised by the results. Let's take a look at the build. All right, so what we got here is the Demon Crossbow, Demon Machine, Demon Crossbow, socketed with a Shale Rune. One Shale Rune is enough to get your attack speed up to the maximum possible breakpoint. Actually, you only need to think about 9 additional attack speed to get to maximum. So Shale Rune is enough. You don't even necessarily need it to be fastest, but there we go. We've also got a Sunder Charm to break monster immunities. We have got Mage Fist for that bonus to fire. We've got a couple of Stone of Jordans for a bonus to skills. This build is really all about maxing out that fire skill in order to get the enchant exploding arrow on the Demon Machine just as high as it possibly can be, so you're pretty much one-shotting stuff. Now, Demon Machine is awesome because it has explosive arrows, and there's a few other options, but I think Demon Machine is probably agreed upon to be the best option for the Enchant Sorceress ranged weapon. The main great thing about it is that 66% piercing attack, so you combine that with Razor Tail, and you got basically 99% piercing attack, so your arrows pass through everything, and everything they pass through triggers an explosion. Explode, blah, 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 just like so many explosions. It's just glorious. This is the Flickering Flame. Now, this is a new rune word, Nephpul of Vex. Not even terribly expensive, but incredibly powerful. This is the Fire Sorceress's Griffin's Eye, basically. That's how I would kind of think about it. Minus 15 to fire resistance, and also 3 to fire skills. Also a fire resist aura, because hey, sure, why not? Some additional nice things on there, but mainly we just want to get that fire skill damage up as much as possible. I've got Maro's Kaleidoscope. You could swap this out for a +3 to fire skills amulet. That would also be good. I've also got Silkweave Boots just to increase her mana a bit. Now this is we'll take a look at the skills in a minute, actually. So we'll take a look at some skills in a minute. The icing on the cake here is that because this sorceress actually does fine with the gear she's at, I'm able to strap on something like Skulder's Ire and get a big bonus to finding magic items. Actually, you know what? I didn't even socket that with a topaz. There we go. Let's see what we actually also get a nice Gauge Charm in there, and between those two items, you're sitting at 187. Best case scenario magic find on top of this just absolute machine of damage. Let's take a look at the skills here really quick. For fire skills, we have maxed out Warmth because it synergizes with Enchant. We've also maxed out Fire Mastery for obvious reasons. We also have maxed out Energy Shield and maxed out Telekinesis, and that is of course because this character needs to survive somehow, and since she's lacking in a shield, her resistances might be suffering in some cases. So the nice thing about Energy Shield, and I've stacked a bunch of good resistant charms here myself, but if you don't have all that yet, it's okay, because Energy Shield will basically take damage on a 1-for-1 ratio, regardless of what your resistances are. Energy Shield is still going to help you out, and when you stack that with 20 hard points in Telekinesis, you actually get a minus 25% damage reduction on top of that. So basically, you're sitting on a rather nice Energy Shield that is empowered by Warmth, since you're getting your faster mana recovery that way. And so you have quite a bit of survivability thanks to Energy Shield, especially with what we will be stacking. I've also put 1 point into Frozen Armor because, hey, why not? A little bit of extra armor never hurt anybody. You can also put 1 into Static Field if you want, but it's kind of here and there because she dishes it out to the bosses. For Strength, enough to wear gear. For Dexterity, enough to use the Demon Crossbow. Which is, what is it? It is exactly 98. 150, 141, and 98. Now this is an upgraded version of the Demon Machine crossbow, which was socketed up in the Horadic Cube. But other than that, we have put the rest into mana. And that is because we want to have a nice strong energy shield. You can swap out the Mage Fist for Frostburn if you want to get even tankier. You could also swap out Skulder's Ire for something like Gladiator's Bane if you want to basically reduce almost all the damage that comes through to your character. Pretty much entirely you can swap out for Gladiator's Bane. Socketed with a Soul Rune or something like that. Great. What I have actually done here is I've given Emilio Prayer. My hit point pool is very low. Doesn't matter. 288 HP. It's fine. It's totally cool. Okay. I've given Emilio Prayer to basically counteract any poison that comes through, and also basically just to keep my health topped up at all times. Our energy shield is going to be so high that we're not going to take that much damage. Emilio also has Infinity for breaking immunities, and also Fortitude and Andariel's Visage. Kind of the standard mercenary stuff. I've also got, of course, a Flame Rift Fire Sunder Charm. So, basically, that is the build. Now, the other important part of this is we want to swap with Ashuda's Temper and Spirit Monarch Shield. This is for the plus to skills, also the plus to skills. And that is basically our buff swap. We can also teleport around faster if we want with that, but basically our buff swap. So with our buff swap, we can get a really nice high energy shield. Oops, that's not it. Really nice high energy shield, 89% damage reduction, very good. I don't actually even have any plus to fire skill charms in my inventory, but you could add some of those and get even more damage. I find 10 to 12k is plenty, no problems. So, you know, so kind of up to you. But we do want to buff our enchant in that way, and then we can swap over to our demon crossbow. 9,000 to 11,000 is where I'm at here. You can go higher, but I don't really personally feel like it's needed. Let's take a look at how she performs in some of the areas. You guys can see this build in action. Now, what I kind of like to do is teleport Emilio into the center of things, get that immunity broken, and just deal so much additional damage. Or you know, with that big minus to fire resistance once that immunity is broken by infinity. Not a cheap build, this, but you know what? That's okay. We're not doing cheap builds here today. We're doing interesting builds. As requested by you guys. And by the way, let me know in the comments what you want to see next, because we are going to be exploring every single build in the game. That's the goal. But yeah, this character can farm basically anywhere, I would say. We're going to try a few areas out. Like I say, this is actually my first time playing this character, and I've been just kind of refining what I like for build for the last few hours here, kind of getting familiar with her. Discovering what she can do and being just super impressed. Here we have, of course, Venom Lords, which are very highly immune to fire. They're melting with a couple of shots, even without the resistances being broken. Basically one-shotting once that infinity aura goes on. Everything is just one-shot. I sometimes have to check and see, is this indeed hell difficulty? Yes, it is hell difficulty. Even though, you know, it feels almost like nightmare. And as you can see, that 200 HP is fine, right? Like, I'm not having any problems here taking damage. Like I say, Emilio keeps that HP topped up, and she just doesn't take much damage through the energy shield. So if you don't want to take any damage, slap in that Gladiator's Bane. But if you want to have more magic find, Skulder's Ire is good. Yeah, a few options there. A few options. You could do Serpent Skin. You could do a number of different things. But I kind of like the additional magic find. Now, right around 200% magic find is getting pretty close to when the curve starts to taper in the effectiveness of magic find. I think 300, 350 is pretty much upper echelon when it comes to magic finding optimization. You know, 250 is great, 200 is fine, 100 and, you know, where we're at here, 187, plenty good enough. Plenty good enough. Anyway, we're just one-shotting everything here. A little bit slow. Now you could probably swap out something if you wanted, like I say, with the serpent skin and have faster teleport, just like with your crossbow. If you wanted that, that would be an option. I don't really find the slower teleport speed to be problematic. It doesn't really bother me, so I haven't worried about that. And of course, if you just want to get around the map, you can weapon swap over to Shooter's Temper and Spirit, and then you're cruising again at faster cast rate. So we're all fine here now. Did we get everybody? 1, 2. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, I think I showed at the beginning of this video how fast this Diablo kill is going to be, but you guys can see again. Yeah, that's it. Come on, that's just silly. Alright, let's take a look at the cow level. This character is amazing on the cow level. Yeah. As you can see, get Emilio close, break all the immunities, or lower the resistances rather. One shot, one kill. Well, sometimes two. Anyway, pretty good. Oh, there's a ballista. That one's okay. Move. But the pierce really comes into play on these closely herded together cows, as I'm sure you guys can imagine. Yeah, I mean, come on, that's just silly good fun. Yeah, like I say, I was not expecting to have so much fun with this character, as she turned out to be a real surprise, and so effective. You know, so quick at taking things down, and also you know, able to break immunities, basically just able to go anywhere, is very survivable, has magic find, like, very expensive build, yes, but really effective. Also, another great spot you can farm with her is Travincal. Let's go to Travincal and check that out. This is a problematic area for all but specifically designed builds for it. That being said, this character has no problem with Travincal. It's good to kind of step back a little bit, let Emilio get up front, and then you just kind of drop the exploding arrows to where they need to be. This one was kind of a slower run. I've had much faster, but you know the old council and their kind of random spawns sometimes are much easier than others, but basically not a problem. Pretty easy to farm. Let's head over to the Worldstone Keep, also a great level 85 farming area. You know, she just absolutely massacres everything in her path. She might not be quite as tanky against something like the Dark Souls, or the, what is it, the Black Souls, or is it the, I forget which one the deadly lightning tossers are. Black Souls, Gloams, I think they're Black Souls. Let's go check out Baal's minions here. Alright, making our way up to Baal and his minions, and you'd be surprised how well 288 hit points can get you by. You could of course stack that up, of course, with some nice charms of the whale or whatever, and have a little more HP if you feel like you need it. Little explodey boys there, yeah, you gotta watch out for the explodey boys. Yeah. You don't see the health bar go down all that much, so whoop, and then it goes down really fast. So, you know, you play around with it and decide what works for you. For me, I've been finding it not too much of a problem to have that low HP. Oh, Baal's minions. See how long these guys last. I don't think very long. Nope, not too long at all. Grab a couple heal potions while we're here. Why not? Come on. Ah, that's fast. Who's next? Who's next? We got the Venom Lords next. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And last but not least, the real big buffers. Big buff boppers. That was totally fine. No problem. Alright, let's take out Baal. Now Baal can have quite a few HP and take a little while to chop down. Now, that slowing does slow things down a little bit, as I suppose it's meant to. There we go. Baal. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Anyway, I think that concludes our look at the demon Enchantress. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments what build you want to see next. Preferring for now Sorceress requests. We're going to go through Sorceress, then we'll go on to the next class, and we're just going to cover absolutely everything. We're going to have a build video for like everything. That's our kind of long-term goal. Everybody else is playing Diablo 4. We're going to be playing Diablo 2. See you guys in the next one. All right.